Yeah.
Can I
Dandy.
one more question? Then I can have
Let's
dessert.
do one more question. There's one
I
more.
just, I'm not sure if people are aware, but what's happening at the moment is that Egypt, with American help, is building this wall under Gaza on the border, which is going about 18 meters below, which will kind of make Gaza like a Warsaw Ghetto in the Second World War. The question that I've got of you is, this is going to obviously create a huge humanitarian disaster and an emergency, and I'm just wondering the kind of things that we could do here to make people aware of this awful act that's happening under the presidency of Obama.
Well, look, I think, as I understand it, I am not an expert on the Middle East. I really have to stress that. And there are people who are experts, but my understanding is there is a massive humanitarian crisis in Gaza. And I think it is probably true that the big development agencies feel constrained in talking about it because of the fear that it will be perceived as being too political, and that they will be attacked, as they always are, as being, if they take positions, as anti-Semitic. So I think there is a particular role. Again, it goes back to the point I made that I suspect we all know from our own lives. But there are certain issues where we have to speak as Jews because people hear that in a rather different way. And that, I think, is, in a sense, you're pointing to what I would say is one of the great values of a sort of universalism in Judaism, as I understand it. And if I'm not an expert on the Middle East, I'm less of an expert on Judaism, let me tell you. But I think there is a Jewish tradition of universalism and humanitarianism. And I think we should speak out on these issues. But I think we need to speak out particularly because it gives space for other people who recognise the crisis you're talking about to also speak without fearing that they will be attacked. And that to me is in a sense our responsibility, but it's our responsibility both as Jews and as citizens. So, for someone like me who's, as admitted, a cosmopolitan, it's actually a very good way of bringing together a number of our roles and playing a politically effective role.
Sorry guys, I'm going to cut it short and let Dennis have some dinner. But I do have to apologise for putting you through it, but it is part of what AJDS is that we have these wonderful and interesting debates and discussions. I'm going to call on Miriam Fine to give a vote of thanks.
Thank you very, very much for what was an extremely stimulating. Yeah.
With the microphone now.
You don't even look at me, look at them.
I want to thank you very, very much for what was an extremely stimulating and interesting talk, and stimulated lots of interesting questions for your original and take on things. Your original take on an analysis of what Australia policy and what this organisation can do in terms of the Middle East, although I don't know that it's worth lobbying my next year's MP, Josh Frydenberg, on the matter, and for reminding us about the struggles of gay members of our community for recognition, which is an issue that we need to think what we can do to support, and also for your own account of your own engagement with those issues of Jewish identity, and which we all struggle with in our everyday lives and we live out. So it was really a very worthwhile talk. And I'd like to present you with this.
Thank you.
So much reading to do.
That's right. Thank you very much.